Morning, people. Welcome back. We have already studied chapter 1, electric charges and fields. Now is the time for chapter 2, which is electrostatic potential and capacitance. A very lovely chapter, very important also from the competitive exam point of view. Before we go on and start electrostatic potential and capacitance, let me just remind you. In chapter 1, we dealt with electric force, we dealt with charges, we dealt with the fields that the charges produce, we dealt with electric flux and Gauss's law. We'll move forward from here now. Before we do, there's a small blast from the past. I call it a blast from the past primarily because it is essential to understand what this chapter is going to be all about. So in order to do that, let me have a small example here. This will take you back to standard 11, chapter number 6. If you remember, chapter 5 was laws of motion, in which we dealt with force, how it was produced, what are its characteristics, the forces on a body, equilibrium and all. Whereas in chapter number 6, work, energy and power, we dealt with work, taking a body from one point to another, the energy involved, and lately power. I'll take a similar example from that chapter, a very simple idea. This is Mother Earth. I have a body of mass m here placed at point A, and I need to take it from A to B. The mass has to go from A to B. So what I'll have to do? I'll have to take it and I have to lift it till here. So some questions. The first question: who does work? I'm going to answer that, of course, but take a couple of seconds. In order to take this body from point A to point B, to take body, let me write the mission template. The body from point A to point B. This is the mission. So who does the work? You will say, sir, we do the work. We means external agency. So who does the work? It is the external agency. We, the people of India. So external agency does the work. Against whom is this work going to be done? So work done against whom? Why are we doing work? Against whom are we doing work? Simple idea. It is the gravitational force of the earth against whom work has to be done. Because the earth is pulling the body towards itself. We need to take the body away from the earth. So we are going to work against the gravitational force. So now this, keeping this in mind, when I take the body from A to B, I do work, we do work, and the work is stored in the body in the form of potential energy. So work done in taking body from point A to B is stored as potential energy of the body. And what if I leave the body at point B? What happens? You will say, sir, this body will come down. So all the potential energy that has been stored in the body will get manifested in the form of kinetic energy in such a way that at every point the sum of kinetic and potential energies remains constant. So if we leave the body at point B, the gravitational force tends to bring the body back to point A. So, and not only this, if I have to take the body from A to B, let us say work done is W. If I have to take the body from A to, let us say, C somewhere here above, Do you agree? I will have to do more work. And if I do more work, this more work is stored in the form of more potential energy. So the more is the work, the more is the potential energy. As simple as it gets. So more is work done, more is the potential energy stored. Have a look at this. You've already seen this. This is nothing new. But I am going to use the similar idea in starting chapter number 2. Also, let me do this again. I have to take the body from A to B. I will do the work. The external agency does the work. And the work is done against the gravitational force. The downward. Let me show this to you also. Gravitational force is acting in which direction? This direction. Whereas we are trying to displace the body in which direction? Opposite direction. So if force and displacement are opposite, work has to be done by the external agency. Also, so work is done in taking the body from point A to B and is stored as potential energy. If the body is left at point B, gravitational force will pull the body back to point A, and more is work done, more is the potential energy. And to complete this point, as I said, the kinetic and potential energies at the sum of the KE and PE will remain constant. Let me write this here. So at all points, the sum of kinetic and potential energies is constant. At all points, the sum of kinetic and potential energy is constant. And you know this is the characteristic of a conservative force. A conservative force is the force in which the work done manifested in the form of kinetic and potential energies. So gravitational force and spring force also, the restoring force developed in the spring, are conservative forces. So gravitational force and spring force both are examples of conservative forces. And looking at this point now, always remember the most important point here being all the work done is equal to the change in the potential energy. This is what is going to be the most important point out here. Utilizing all these facts, let me get back to business. Let me come back to charges. We'll come back to charges. We are not doing standard 11. We are doing standard 12. This was just a brief idea from standard 11 in order to tell you, this was a blast from the past, in order to tell you what exactly we are planning. So what are we planning, sir? We are planning a very important mission. And what is the mission? First of all, what is the name of the topic? The name of the topic, it's a very big name, electrostatic potential energy. Quite a big name, but it is very similar to gravitational potential energy, the one we just saw just now. So what is the idea now here? Okay, I got a charge Q, a positive charge Q, big source charge Q, and there is a small charge Q. As you can see, I have assumed both to be positive. I have also assumed Q to be very smaller than bigger Q. So it is Q, big Q, that is producing the force. Now what do I have to do? I have to bring this, let us say, on the way I need to bring this charge from R to P. Okay, so I need to bring this charge from R, this charge Q, from R to P. So let me write down the mission: to bring plus Q from point R to point P. कैसे करेंगे? First things first. This is a positive charge. This is a positive charge. This charge will exert repulsion on this plus q. In which direction would the repulsion be? You will tell me, sir, repulsion is like this, away from plus q. So this is the direction of the electric force. If I have to bring it from R is your initial position, P is your final position. So if I have to bring it from R to P, who will have to do work? Sir, we will have to do work. अपने आप तो आएगा नहीं, तो लाना पड़ेगा. So to bring plus Q from R to P, V means the external agency have to do work against which force? यहाँ पे अब ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स नहीं है, तो कौन सी फोर्स है यहाँ पे? यहाँ पे है इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स. सो अगेंस्ट द इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स which is Fe bar. So our external force will have to move this charge Q from R to P. Now, this is not going to be as simple as it looks. I will have to first, with small infinitesimal steps, I'll have to first move it small, small, small. In such a way, my external force, remember, F external, our external force, has to be equal to, but opposite to the electric force. Thus, the charge, the Q, the plus Q, will move with 0 because the net force is 0. So 0 acceleration and constant speed. We will have to apply external force in such a way that we can take it from R to P in very small steps, in such a way that our external force is equal to electric force in a direction opposite, and with small steps, infinitesimally small steps. So we move it plus Q in infinitesimally very small steps. And the work done, now that is the $1 million idea, people. Work done kitna hoga? You will say, sir, work is force into displacement. Agreed. So work done, let me write that in blue. This is an important idea, people. Work done in taking this charge plus Q from R to P. Work in taking the charge from R to P is equal to, very small steps. So I take integral force F external bar into displacement. कहाँ से कहाँ तक? R से P तक. So work done in taking the charge from R to P is integral force into displacement F bar dot dr bar from R to P. Also you have seen F external bar is minus Fe bar. We'll put this as equation 1. So in place of F external, I am going to write minus Fe bar dot dr bar from R to P. So our first ever idea comes into place here. We have obtained the first equation for work done. Work done from integral from R to P is integral force external into dr bar, which was basically our expression for work. Work is F bar dot dr bar from R to P. But we know F external is equal to Fe bar, but in the direction opposite. So I've put here minus Fe bar dot dr bar from R to P. Now the question arises, I brought this charge plus Q from R to P. What if I leave it at P? What will happen? You will say, sir, whatever work you did in bringing the charge from R to P will be stored as potential energy and when you leave it at P, the charge will move away and all energy comes in the form of kinetic energy. We saw that just now. So, let me write that here. All work done. This is also a major equation. All work done in taking plus Q from R to P is stored in the form of potential energy, which is called electrostatic. It's not called electrostatic potential energy as yet. It is simply called potential energy. So, let us say here the potential energy is UR and here the potential energy is UP. I am not assuming here to be 0. So, work done, as we said just now, is the change in potential energy. So, let me write that in red. I love writing in red. Work from R to P is change in potential energy, and you know change is what? U final minus U initial. What is final? It's P. What is initial? It is R. So, work RP is UP minus UR. Two very beautiful equations lying side by side out here, all in the form of electrostatic ideas. First of all, work done from R to P is integral external force F external bar dot dr bar from R to P, which is same as minus integral Fe bar dot dr bar from R to P. And secondly, work done is also equal to change in potential energy. So work done from R to P is final potential energy minus initial UP minus UR. So in this whole board, we saw two beautiful equations, one this and one this. Now, let us proceed. You know, here we have assumed two very important things. First, we have assumed that this plus Q is so small that it will not disturb this bada Q. In short, the small q is so small that it does not disturb the electric field of this idea. Also, if you look at this equation, you can see that the work done depends only on the potential energies at R and P. In short, the work done depends only on the initial and final positions and not on the path taken. Can you listen to me? Work done depending only on initial and final positions and not on the path taken. Thus, we understand this is the characteristic of a conservative force, and thus I say electric force is a conservative force, very much similar to gravitational force and spring force, a force in which the work done does not depend on path taken but depends only on initial and final positions is a conservative force. So ladies and gentlemen, we have thus proved that since work done depends only on initial and final positions, so electric field, electric force is a conservative force. So let us write that down first. Let us take this whole thing off. Beautiful ideas here. So I'm rubbing this. So work done, as we say, depended only, important points. Let's write them down as important points. First, work done depends only on initial and final positions, not, I repeat, not on the path taken. So electric force. You can call it electric field also, doesn't make a difference. Force or field is the same idea. Electric force is a conservative force, very much similar to gravitational force and spring force. So we have understood electric force is a conservative force. Secondly, you can see work done is equal to the change in potential energy. So it is not individual potential energy, it is not absolute potential energy that is important. It is the change. It is the change in potential energy, delta U, that is important to find work done. So the absolute value of potential energy does not make any difference. You can add UR plus alpha, you can add UP plus alpha, assuming there might be some constants here. But when you subtract both of them, the alpha goes away and you are left with work done is change in potential energy, UP minus UR. There is no requirement to find absolute potential energy. So everything is change. Everything is dependent on the change in potential energy. Which brings me to an important idea. Is there any point where we shall consider the potential energy to be zero? Yes. So we'll write that as a note. That is going to be our ideal reference point. So our ideal reference point, the point where we choose potential energy to be zero, we choose infinity as the point where potential energy can be taken to be zero. People, this is a very important idea. Now somebody will ask me, sir, ऐसा क्यों किया है? कोई और भी पॉइंट चूज कर सकते थे, ओरिजिन कर लेते, क्यों नहीं? बट कुछ भी चूज करने से पहले, isn't it imperative that we know why we are choosing it? For example, how should the choice be? Point कैसा होना चाहिए? How should our ideal reference point look like? सुंदर, सुशील, टिकाऊ कैसा होना चाहिए? ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. Point ऐसा होना चाहिए where the effect of electric field can be considered zero. So this is infinity is that point where the effect of electric field, चाहे कोई भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो यहाँ पे, उसका असर जीरो पे होगा, ओरिजिन पे होगा, बट इंफिनिटी पे उसका असर जीरो हो जाएगा. सो वी शुड चूज अ पॉइंट और आइडियल रेफरेंस पॉइंट सच दैट उसका असर, उस पे असर किसी भी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का, किसी भी चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का ना हो पाए. सो इंफिनिटी इज दैट पॉइंट where the net electric field becomes zero for any charge distribution anywhere. Origin is not that point. As a result, we choose infinity to be our ideal reference point. So, साडा ideal reference point सीगा. In short, सब कुछ infinity से लाएंगे हम. Our ideal starting point is going to be infinity, and we are going to bring everything from infinity to the given point. तो ये जो बेचारा R है, फिलहाल आपको दिख रहा है, बट अब थोड़ी देर में कहां चला जाएगा वो? इंफिनिटी. सो हमारा आइडियल रेफरेंस पॉइंट हो गया है इंफिनिटी. एंड अब डेफिनेशन थोड़ा सा चेंज होगा. लेट अस नाउ राइट द चेंज. सो thus our ideal reference point has been chosen to be infinity, and so now we define, thus we shall attempt to bring charges from infinity to any given point. सब कुछ infinity से आने वाला है भाई. And thus हमारा जो वर्क डन यहाँ पे फॉर्मूला था, वर्क डन फ्रॉम R to P, R कहां चला गया 10, so point R goes to infinity, प्रमोशन हो गया उसका, अब इंफिनिटी पे चला गया, P वहीं का वहीं है, R इंफिनिटी चला गया, so वर्क डन फ्रॉम इंफिनिटी टू P, इफ यू रिमेंबर वहां R लिखा था, एक जमाने में यहाँ पे वर्क फ्रॉम R to P था, so now it has become work from infinity to P. It's same delta U, which was UP minus UR. R था ना, but R कहाँ चला गया? Infinity. Now we know, हम जानते हैं कि infinity पे potential energy क्या लिए ला है? जीरो. तो बेचारा ये जो है ये जीरो बन चुका है. So work from infinity to P is UP minus 0, which is simply UP. And ladies and gentlemen, ये हो गया what is called electrostatic potential energy. So can you see work done? अब एक ही term है UP. UP is not Uttar Pradesh. UP is potential energy at point P. UR जो है वो infinity हो गया, infinity पे जाके कितना हो गया 0. तो work done from infinity to P is equal to potential energy at point P, जिसको यूज करके मैं अब डिफाइन कर रहा हूं इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. ध्यान दीजिएगा, सो रहे हो तो जाग जाए और खड़े हो तो भाग जाए. नहीं मतलब ऐसा भाग मत जाना. स्टे विथ मी एज आई से, स्टे विथ मी एंड होल्ड द लाइन. डेफिनेशन आ रहा है. डेफिनेशन क्या है सर? सो ध्यान से, डेफिनेशन महाराज की जय हो. The work done in bringing a charge Q from infinity to a given point, और ऐसे अपने आप नहीं आ गया है, तुमने लाया है. किसके अगेंस्ट वर्क करके? इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स के अगेंस्ट. Infinity to a given point against the electric force is called electrostatic potential energy. बहुत ही बढ़िया डेफिनेशन. सो पहली बार इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का डेफिनेशन आया है. This is the work done. Isn't it sort of a deja vu? यही बात ग्रेविटेशन में करी थी हमने. If you remember chapter 8 standard 11 ancient history, gravitation में we defined gravitational potential energy. वो भी ऐसा ही था. Work done in bringing a body of mass m from infinity to a given point against the earth's gravitational field is called gravitational potential energy. यहां पे भी एकदम सेम टू सेम, वर्ड में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं, बस मास की जगह चार्ज हो गया. वर्क डन इन ब्रिंगिंग अ चार्ज Q from infinity to a given point in the electric field but against the electric field is called electrostatic potential energy at that point. So I forgot to write at that point, but it is as important as it is. At that point. And अब डिफाइन कर ही लिया है तो उसका ऐसा यूनिट भी देख लें. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ऐसा यूनिट of electrostatic potential energy is joule, and since it is work done क्या होता है? स्केलर होता है, वेक्टर होता है. इट इज वेक्टर क्वांटिटी. सो बहुत ही आकर्षक डेफिनेशन है इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का. Now somebody will ask me, sir, चैप्टर का नाम इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल है और आप कब से इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी करे जा रहे हैं। पोटेंशियल कब आएगा? डोंट वरी बेटा, करण अर्जुन आ गए थे तो ये भी आएगा। जस्ट हैव अ लुक, आई विल गिव यू 10 seconds टू हैव अ लुक एट इट। आगे बढ़ते हैं। अब बात एनर्जी को निकाल दो, अब बात करेंगे इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल की। श्रीमान जरा ध्यान दिए। वैसे अगर तुमने यहां तक ध्यान दिया है तो अब ये कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, फर्क कोई नहीं खास, एक ही। इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इज वर्क डन, क्या लाने के लिए? चार्ज क्यू। बट इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल इज ऑल्सो वर्क डन, क्या लाने के लिए? यूनिट पॉजिटिव चार्ज। सो इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल पहले डिफाइन करेंगे, फिर बातें करेंगे। इट इज द वर्क डन टू ब्रिंग यूनिट पॉजिटिव चार्ज। श्रीमान बहुत टाइम बाद आया, चैप्टर 1 में आया था, +1 कूलम, यूपीसी कहते थे उसको, फ्रॉम इंफिनिटी टू द गिवन पॉइंट, but cause against the electric force. इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स के बगैर तो काम ही ना हो। The electric force is called electrostatic potential. उसका potential at that point. अब इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी को डिनोट U से किया जाता था, इसको डिनोट किया जाता है V से। सो इट इज डिनोटेड एज V। बराबर। अच्छा, लेट मी गो बैक। यू रिमेंबर फॉर चार्ज Q, जो हमारा लास्ट आइडिया था, वर्क डन क्या था? UP minus UR, isn't it? So work done was UP minus UR. हाँ, वो बात अलग है कि फिर हमने R को इंफिनिटी चूज कर दिया, बट दिस वाज द प्राइम आइडिया। बट दिस वाज फॉर चार्ज Q। अगर मैं यूनिट पॉजिटिव चार्ज के लिए काम कर रहा हूं तो व्हाट आई हैव टू डू इज इन दोनों में से मुझे चार्ज Q का इफेक्ट निकाल देना पड़ेगा। इज जो बन जाएगा पोटेंशियल का डिफरेंस VP माइनस VR विल बी UP माइनस UR द होल बाय Q। सो आपने देखा UP माइनस UR को मैं चार्ज Q से डिवाइड कर दूं। इन शॉर्ट, आई टेक आउट चार्ज Q फ्रॉम UP माइनस UR, it becomes VP minus VR. This is called electrostatic potential difference, या simply potential difference. This term is difference in electrostatic potential, or very simply, very commonly, it is called potential difference. I'm sure PD का नाम सुना होगा आपने। In class 10th you dealt with current electricity. करंट डेवलप होने के लिए PD का होना जरूरी है, बगैर PD करंट नहीं होता। सो यही है वो पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस। अब पोटेंशियल का डिफरेंस तो अंदाजा आ गया, ऐसा यूनिट भी जान ले, SI यूनिट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल इज, इधर से ही पता चलेगा, एनर्जी का डिफरेंस इज इन जूल एंड चार्ज इज इन कूलम। सो जूल पर कूलम, जूल पर कूलम का एक अलग ही नाम है, इट इज कॉल्ड वोल्ट इन द ऑनर ऑफ द ग्रेट Alejandro Volta. I hope you remember Alejandro Volta was the first guy to develop a cell. You know, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का डिस्कवरर माना जा सकता है Alejandro Volta को। So the first idea for potential difference and development of a cell was given by Alejandro Volta, though it is written as Alessandro, but it is Alejandro. Pronunciation थोड़ा सा अलग है उसका. And what is the dimensional formula? Dimensional formula of potential, electric potential. You can call it electric potential, you can call it electrostatic potential, you can call it static electric potential. Yeah, you know, Sham तेरे कितने नाम जैसा है. Electric potential is, now you know Joule का m1l2 t minus 2, Coulomb का आपको पता है a1 t1, so m1 l2 t minus 3 a minus 1. So m1 l2 t minus 3 a minus 1 is the dimensional formula of electric potential. And sir, कभी कोई इक्वेशन वगैरह मिलेगा इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल का? मिलेगा ना भाई, क्यों नहीं मिलेगा, पर वो अगले बोर्ड में मिलेगा, अभी नहीं मिलेगा. तो जरा देख लो एक सेकंड, आगे बढ़ते हैं फिर. Okay, so now let us move on to some equations for electrostatic potential and electrostatic potential energy. We might have to use these equations in many numericals which will come in competitive exams, or numericals that are associated with electrostatic potential and energy. The first equation concerns potential energy. I hope you remember work W. It is assumed that we are going from infinity to P, which is U at P. If you remember what was work done, it was minus integral Fe bar dot dr bar from R to P. R तो कहाँ चला गया? Infinity. So from infinity to P. To go one notch higher, I think everybody who is watching this knows F bar is QE bar. So work is U at P is minus integral from infinity to P QE bar dot dr bar. बहुत ही बढ़िया इक्वेशन. And this was electrostatic work or electrostatic potential energy. So similarly, this is electrostatic potential energy at point P. Can anyone use their intelligence and give me equation for electrostatic potential energy at point Q? What will that be? It will be U at Q is minus integral from infinity to Q छोटा QE bar dot dr bar. So बहुत ही सुंदर बढ़िया equations. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. Now second वाला है electrostatic potential का. As we have already seen, when put Q is 1, because we are dealing with unit positive charge, so हमारा Q की वैल्यू क्या हो जाती है? 1. So equation क्या बन जाएगा? V at P, U at P becomes V at P is minus integral from infinity to P, और Q की वैल्यू कितनी? 1. So 1 into E bar dot dr bar. बहुत ही सुंदर equation. This is the equation for electrostatic potential at point P. Similarly, what is the electrostatic potential equation at point Q? We'll call it V at Q is minus integral. हमेशा याद रखना minus is because you are doing work against the electric field. From infinity to Q E bar dot dr bar. Let me give you a very important equation for potential difference. So potential, we'll write that in blue. Potential difference between Q and P is called VQ minus VP. Now you put VQ here, this equation, you put VP here, this equation, put some algebra together, थोड़ा हिला लो, तो VQ minus VP is minus integral from P to Q E bar dot dr bar. A very, very, very fantastic equation. You know, I call it the PP formula. Why do I call it the PP formula? Weird name. Because listen to me carefully. VQ minus VP is minus integral from P to Q. So you can see the P comes after this P. This PP comes together. So VQ minus VP is minus integral from P to Q E bar dot dr bar. And similarly अगर कोई तुमसे पूछे पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का डिफरेंस कितना है, यहाँ पे एक Q लगा दो एंड एंजॉय योर लाइफ. दैट इज इट. सिर्फ UQ माइनस UP बन जाएगा माइनस इंटीग्रल फ्रॉम P टू Q QE bar dot dr bar. You want me to write it for you? Okay, I'll write it for you. No problem, I can write. So, potential energy difference. Difference in potential energy. Acha, this is also called potential of Q with respect to P. ऐसा भी बोलते हैं इसको. So, they can ask you variety of things. They can ask you find the potential difference between Q and P, or find the potential of Q with respect to P. चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, this formula works. So difference in electrostatic potential energies between Q and P, UQ minus UP is minus integral of QE bar dot dr bar from PP, याद है PP, P to Q. Alright, so lovely formula this. And अगर मैं Q को बाहर ले लूं तो अंदर क्या आ जाएगा, माइनस इंटीग्रल फ्रॉम P to Q. And if you are a careful observer, you know this already is VQ minus VP. So UQ minus UP is Q times VQ minus VP, or isn't this lovely? अभी थोड़ी देर पहले देखा सर, है ना, फिर जलसा है. तो बढ़िया सा इक्वेशन आपके सामने है और इसको बहुत जगह से यूज होगा, तो यूज करने के लिए आपको देखना जरूरी है. तो UQ के इक्वेशन VP, VQ minus VP ये वाला and UQ minus UP ये वाला, these equations will help you in doing many numericals. Let us move on. I think एक और टॉपिक लेके we will end this session, and it is, I think, a very important topic. I hope you've seen this already. It is called electrostatic potential at a point due to a single charge. I love single charges. हमने chapter 1 we dealt with electric field due to single charge also. So the name of the topic is electric potential at a point due to a single charge. Okay, single charge. Scene sapata set एकदम. I've got this single charge, let us say plus Q यहाँ पे है, and सर करना क्या है, इंफिनिटी से यूनिट पॉजिटिव चार्ज को खींच के कहां तक लाना है सर, ये P तक लाएंगे, ज्यादा नहीं लाना. सो बाइट लाइंस. सो हमें क्या करना है, we need to bring, ये इंफिनिटी तक जा सकता है, वो माइन नहीं जा सकता ना इंफिनिटी तक, तो ये इंफिनिटी से आ रही है, इंफिनिटी से यूनिट पॉजिटिव चार्ज को खींचकर P तक लाना है भाई. ओके, तो हमारा मिशन टेम्पलेट लिख देते हैं. We need to find work done to bring unit positive charge from infinity to point P. ओके, अब इंफिनिटी से तो चले हम, आए बीच में कहीं पे लेट अस से पॉइंट P डैश आ गया, रास्ते में स्टेशन आया तो थोड़े रुकते हैं, चाय पानी कुछ करते हैं, तो यहां से लेकर P dash तक. Let us call it R dash bar. So first things first, we have stopped at P dash. What is the electric force on this? ये +1 कूलम है बेचारा यहाँ पे और ये है Q यहाँ पे. इन दोनों के बीच कितना फोर्स है इस पॉइंट पे? कंसिडर a point P dash at a position vector R dash bar from plus Q. So the force, electric force on +1 coulomb due to plus Q was of course repulsive होगा. F bar is K Q into कितना है दूसरा 1, ये Q और ये 1 over R dash square. कितना डिस्टेंस है दोनों के बीच में? R dash into R dash cap. I think this was the first equation. तो K Q by R dash square into R dash cap. अब क्या करना है? एक काम करते हैं, वर्क डन फाइंड करना है. यहां से यहां तक आते हैं, लेट अस से छोटा सा डिस्टेंस कवर करते हैं. लेट अस कॉल इट डेल्टा R डैश. ओके, डेल्टा R डैश बार. लेट अस से हम आ रहे हैं फ्रॉम P डैश टू P डबल डैश. स्मॉल डिस्प्लेसमेंट, वी गिव a small displacement from P dash to P double dash. We denote it as we give a small displacement from P dash to P double dash, which is delta R dash bar. भाई कितना वर्क लगेगा? वर्क डन. छोटा सा डिस्प्लेसमेंट है तो छोटा सा वर्क डन है. डेल्टा W है नाम उसका. Isn't it F bar dot delta R dash bar, force into displacement. तो आओ राजा, क्या है? KQ over R dash square into R dash cap into, भाई ध्यान से, डेल्टा R dash किस दिशा में है? इस. फोर्स किस दिशा में है? उस. ये उस है, मतलब ये फोर्स है. Force is that, displacement is this. Can you see both are opposite to each other? So यहां आ गया माइनस डेल्टा R डैश इंटू, क्योंकि लाइन तो वही है, सो R डैश कैप सेम हो जाएगा, बस यहां पे उल्टा डायरेक्शन है तो माइनस R डैश कैप यूनिट वेक्टर इज 1. सो व्हाट इज द फाइनल आंसर? माइनस KQ by R डैश स्क्वायर इंटू डेल्टा R डैश. वो वर्क डन मिल गया. अब इंटीग्रेट करना इसको. द टोटल वर्क डन, स्टे विथ मी, फ्रॉम इंफिनिटी टू पॉइंट P is work done. Ladies and gentlemen, इंटीग्रल डेल्टा W कहां से लेकर कहां तक? इंफिनिटी से P तक. लेट अस गेट रोलिंग. KQ by R dash square into, ये डेल्टा का क्या हो गया? dr dash. इंफिनिटी से भाई P तक कितना डिस्टेंस है जी? R. वाह, आई एम श्योर यू नो इंटीग्रेशंस. आई एम गोइंग टू टेक अवे दिस मच. आई एम गोइंग टू इंटीग्रेट दिस, सो यू कैन जस्ट हैव अ लुक. तो आओ इंटीग्रेट करना है. आई लव इंटीग्रेशन. आई एम श्योर एवरीबॉडी डज. I'm sure also you know integral x raised to n dx is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. So let us work this out. Work done minus KQ comes out and 1 upon R dash square, isn't it R dash raised to minus 2 dr dash from infinity to R. Integral of R raised to minus 2. R dash raised to minus 2 plus 1 over minus 2 plus 1 infinity से R तक. तो what does it become? Minus KQ. अच्छा, minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. minus minus goes away. Wow. And this is minus 2 plus 1 minus 1 r dash raised to minus 1 फ्रॉम कहां से लेकर कहां तक, इंफिनिटी से r तक. अब r dash raised to minus 1 is 1 by r dash. वो ब्यूटीफुल k क्यूब, पहले अपर लिमिट तो 1 by r माइनस करके लोअर लिमिट 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity is 0. So work done is k cube by r. Ladies and gentlemen, this work done for unit positive charge, भाई work done for unit positive charge को क्या नाम दिया जाता है? Electrostatic potential. Is called electrostatic potential. And इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल का सुंदर इक्वेशन आया भाई. रब करते ही सारे चमत्कार हो जाएंगे. एंड इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल का इक्वेशन हमने फाइंड आउट किया है एंड यू आर लुकिंग एट इट. सो इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल V is KQ by R. सर इसके साथ बहुत सारी यादें भी तेज हो रही हैं. कैसे? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड was KQ by R square and electric potential is KQ by R. So I usually call it like this. I say E is KQ by R square but V is KQ by R. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड में KQ by R square, electric potential में KQ by R. So V is KQ by R. I guess this was equation number 3 or what? This was 3 and this was 4. This is potential at a distance R is KQ by R. Thus, as a note, मैं हमेशा इसको नोट में डालता हूं. Electric field E proportional to 1 by R square, but electric potential V proportional to 1 by R. So एक बहुत ही सुंदर आइडिया है ये. इसी को यूज करके मैं इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 1 करने जा रहा हूं टेक्स्ट बुक का जो है. एंड इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 1 फ्रॉम द टेक्स्ट बुक tells me, asks me actually, that there is a charge which is we need to find out the potential. Calculate. The first question is potential at a point P due to charge. कितना charge है? 4 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb at a distance 9 centimeter away. Easy peasy Japanesey. So electric potential at point P. Equation बोलो श्रीमान. V is KQ by R. Yes, that is the straight. So V, K की value 9 into 10 raised to 9. Q 4 into 10 raised to minus 7. And R 9 centi. आप सेंटी मत हो जाना. 9 9 कटा. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 2 minus minus 2 is 4. So 4 into 10 raised to 4 volt is your answer. बहुत ही सुंदर आंसर. Secondly, दूसरा क्वेश्चन भी ऐसे थोड़ी छोड़ेंगे. They want you to find work done in bringing a charge Q 2 into 10 raised to minus 9 coulomb from infinity to P. Oh, भाई हमको ये मालूम है कि ये भी तो वर्क डन है. But this is work done to bring plus 1 coulomb charge, unit positive charge. तो अगर यूनिट पॉजिटिव चार्ज को लाने के लिए इतना वर्क करना पड़ता है तो चार्ज Q को लाने के लिए कितना वर्क करना पड़ेगा? हमने अभी देखा था वर्क डन इज Q into V at P. वर्क डन टू ब्रिंग यूनिट पॉजिटिव चार्ज into Q. बूम. सो लिख दो यहां पे into वर्क डन टू ब्रिंग UPC. एकदम सॉलिड आइडिया है ये. Q into VP. Q कितना है? 2 into 10 raised to minus 9 and VP ये रहा 4 into 10 raised to 4. 4 2s are is 8 into minus 9 plus 4 and याद रखें ये वर्क है, जूल में होगा, पोटेंशियल नहीं है, पोटेंशियल एनर्जी है. and they have also asked you, okay, is this dependent on the path taken? So the answer is a big fat no, that no work does not depend on path taken. It depends only on the initial and the final positions. क्योंकि हमने बात करी थी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज अ कंजर्वेटिव फील्ड, इलेक्ट्रिक फोर्स इज अ कंजर्वेटिव फोर्स. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड में या फोर्स में वर्क डन डज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन पाथ, डिपेंड्स ओनली ऑन इनिशियल पोजीशन एंड फाइनल पोजीशन. सो इस बात के साथ आई थिंक वी विल एंड दिस सेशन टुडे. प्लीज गो थ्रू द एंटायर थिंग and assignment will follow, and remember the equations. Look at the concept, remember the equations, फिर दोनों को मिक्स कर दो, न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करो, मत जानी लाइफ. आई विल सी यू अगेन इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर जिसमें इसको और आगे बढ़ाया जाएगा. थैंक यू, हैप्पी सॉल्विंग.